Vipassana Buddhist meditation teacher named S.N. Goenka, passed away a couple years ago. He says that the Buddha didn't teach Buddhism. He taught universal truths that emerge in all the different traditions around the world. And I think when we're talking about something truly sacred, we're speaking to the same core truth, but there's many different ways of coming at it. So we're going to hear one more story from one of our trainers about fierce vulnerability, and then we'll break up back into our home group. So I'm going to invite Crystal Ball to the stage.
I prepared and scrapped what I was going to say a few times in the last 24 hours. I'm going to start with a poem. You have never faced an opponent like me. You never fought someone who loves you more than you love yourself. You never fought someone whose capacity for suffering outmatches your capacity to inflict harm. You never fought someone who won't consider it a win unless you win too. You never fought someone who wants you to be your best self. You never fought someone who will show you where they are weak. You never fought someone who will invite you to destroy them. You never fought someone who never backs down when they think they are right. You never fought someone who strives to find out when they are wrong so they can back down. You never fought someone who sees you as better than you see yourself. You never fought someone who believes in your capacity for goodness more than yourself. You never fought someone who will protect you from harm while fighting you. You never fought someone who would die to defend you. You never fought someone whose weapons are love and truth. You never fought someone who cares more about right and wrong than about breathing. You never fought someone who won't try to hurt you. So come at me. So I wrote that when I was in a fight with one of my best friends. And it was like a real bitter, real ugly fight. And they were pretending it wasn't a fight. And so I needed them to know that this was a fight. And I needed them to know that I loved them. And I needed them to know that I would refuse to hurt them while I continued to fight for what I thought was right. Every time when I go to a protest, if we're gonna be standing outside or if it's a huge march, I feel pretty chill and relaxed about it. But when I go to disrupt something where I know there's gonna be everyday people there who are not happy we are there, I get this big ball of nervousness in my stomach. I don't like making people upset. I don't like when other people are unhappy. I don't like making people uncomfortable. It's like, I really get upset by other people getting upset. I just do it because I think it's important. It's the right thing to do. And that's how change happens, is by going through those uncomfortable moments. And I've risked my life, I've risked my freedom, rescuing animals, going to facilities, and investigating. And every time we investigate, we save some of the animals there. But at one of the most highest rated facilities that Whole Foods sells from, I met a turkey's eye there that gave me nightmares for over a year. Just looking at that individual and seeing that pain and suffering that I was not able to help in that moment. And that's sort of for me, there's like a lot of vulnerability and a lot of fierceness in that. And one of the most like terrifying things for me was when we went to China and investigated the dog meat trade and rescued some dogs there. And our intention in this was to do that, but really show how what we do in this country here justifies what they do there. How our treatment of animals here is what causes so much more violence all around the world towards everyone. And we got caught and arrested, which is very scary for me. And because we had no idea what was going to happen. And the only thing that like comes close to matching that like nervousness and fear for me was confronting my family. Like sitting at the dinner table with my grandma and my tias and tios, my mom, and with like a tray of chickens' bodies in it. And I was just so scared to say anything. And eventually I worked up the courage to say, the bodies on this table, the chickens, they did not want to die. They did not want to be killed. And there was just a moment of silence that was deep. And that's just like the hardest thing to do. And so, like, it's fractal. We need to challenge the society at large, and we need to challenge ourselves, and we need to challenge our friends and our family. And we need to do it with love. We need to, like, go to the people that we love the most and say, I love you, and I am not okay with what we're doing. So I would ask all of you to think about what it is that you believe, what it is that you are working for, justice for, that you're willing to challenge a stranger over, but perhaps not willing to challenge your friends and family. And if you're willing to challenge all of those people, are you willing to do it with love? Are you willing to do it in a way where you can form connection with them?